All right, I am back here with you. And you can see the market here took a little wicked little drop down there. It's just, you know what, with the bot is actually in a trade right now. And sometimes, this market has a way of just reaching back down and capturing any trailing stops or anything. It just comes back and then it continues on its own way. Um, it is amazing to see it. And lots of times overnight it'll happen and it'll be easier to spot. The market's up 350 right now, and we got the results here from Nocturnal Sheep. He was the contestant today for Guess the Earnings. He looked for downside Starbucks, and Starbucks went up. He looked for an upside on Dexcom, and Dexcom looks like it's up. We'll see what happens tomorrow. It's 422. Visa, he was looking up, and it actually sold. It popped and then sold off. And then we had eBay here looking up and sold off. So not a good, no, no lunch for you. No lunch for you. Someone was asking me in the room before U.S. Steel. So let's take a look at U.S. Steel. I didn't get to that. Look at that. You know what I'm still hearing? I'm still hearing silver's the trade. Silver's the trade. I mean, yeah, it is. It has gone ballistic here, and it's still so it's hard to chase it here. I can see this. It wouldn't. But I have trust in some people that know about precious metals a lot, and they say it's gonna go. And people looking at Bitcoin could say the same thing. Bitcoin could be 30,000. That's not a big. I mean, there's a lot of people out there saying 300,000. Imagine that. Imagine that. Change screens. Let me change the screens. I have to remember that is. I'm sorry. I'll go back here a second here. That was SLV we're looking at. And decent candle held up. I think that, honestly, I think we go higher on this. I think that pullback yesterday or today wasn't really much. So we're switched back over, right? So anyway, the bot was in a trade. It's moved up. It stopped to a break-even area, and now it's just hanging in here. When it finishes this trade, I want to change the parameters inside to make it more a tighter range. Because right now, what I have is probably could go sideways or it'll drift out of. The patterns really won't play out. So I gotta tighten that up for the overnight session here. Now that volatility is kind of drying up a bit. Let's see here. That's a zoom out of that drop recently, and not much of a rally back. I mean, we dropped down, then we had some news on the virus, which helped us in the overnight here. What is that noise going off? This is like the weirdest thing. My phone has been turned on before by itself, and then it the hell is that? Oh, it's the music. It scared me. I thought it was ghost in here. Yeah, we get a pullback, a little bit more of a pullback here. Silver's looking really, really good, and it's just it's a good breakout. I mean, it moved up out of that breakout, but this could go much further. The LVGO had a nice run today. It's holding, maintaining its strength above the 20. Closed okay. It was acting a little bit better, and then the market kind of pulled back, so everything drifted back. I wanted to see how it reacts after Dexcom's earnings. Not much going on. Flat. And that's the overnight. I mean, that's the after-hour session right here, which just closing up in a few minutes. So I'd like to see what happens from this. I'm not digging into the news, the press release on Dexcom and what, if there's any mention of LVGO or really get out the magnifying glass and look at their things. But looks like business was good, and if business is good for one, and they work together, so it should be good for the other too. So maybe tomorrow we get that break that we're looking for on this, and it's just hidden right now. Maybe I'm the only one looking at the possibility of this breaking out tomorrow based off of Dexcom's numbers. LVGO, very, very nice. I'm really digging this music. I'm really digging it. Dig it, man. All right, a couple others I want to just look at fast. Oh, what did NCR do today? I think they came out with earnings too. It kind of gapped up a bit to 17.36 and then drifted back down. Really no volume in that either. I had some calls off of this, and they're kind of just degrading. They go out to August, but it's not real. It's going sideways, and then I'm not getting that pop tomorrow. Maybe we get something out of this news. Maybe we get a momentum type of trade, a big pop just on news alone, and then we'll try to squeeze out of that. It's a dud. It's a dud. But let's talk about one of my favorites now. Actually, three of my favorites. Merck has come alive. It's held that trend line really well. Came down, reversed, and closed on that trend line. We turned back up. We were looking for a continued higher lows on these stochastics, and we really did get that, even though it's a little lower than I placed the trend line. It's going to maintain this. So this trend line now becomes a very good rising stop or trailing stop. The resistance above us, or right now, right above it. I do believe this is an HPS setup, waiting for that breakout. And that breakout comes maybe with some kind of COVID announcement, which they have been absent on, and no one knows what's going on with these guys. I did some investigative reporting, and I dug down and found that really cool interview, and they discussed the two companies. I think they bought a couple drugs, some experimental drugs that they just bought, and some other so they're buying. They bought a couple smaller companies that already started to develop the vaccine, and they're taking that and they're running with it. But again, quiet. Everyone's going into, everyone's getting the press. Merck here just under the radar. I would love to see them just come out and squash everyone saying we have the best thing. I mean, what happens when, that's the thing with my test today. What happened with my test today? They didn't accept my test because it was the wrong antigen test. And, it's like, I take my test the other day. I do the swab and they send it in, and it's a rapid test, and I get it, negative coming back in an hour, and I say, I want to pick it up. I need to bring it for my operation. It's no problem. They certify it and everything. I get down there, and there's like, oh, this one tests with the antigen SAR something, globular. And I said, we don't accept that here. I said, what? What are you talking about? This is FDA approved. It says right there, FDA approved, EAU, or European approved. And he said, no, the anesthesiologist, does not. They don't go by that. They said there's too many false negatives or positives, or it wasn't reliable, or didn't have something going on. So I ended up having to do it again. So Merck, they can still come out with something, and I mean, good, because I don't know what happens to the one vaccine. If one vaccine is proven to be the best, everyone else's vaccine, all that work they did is gone. I mean, unless they're going to continue to look for, they probably would say that, but hey, everyone was going for the money shot on this one. Vaccine for COVID. This is great. Everyone became a COVID company, and they're still coming. Kodak now is COVID, or medical, not COVID, but change it up. Long Island iced tea. Boom, Bitcoin company. Make it up as we go. MJ, let's take a look at the MJ. A lot of chatter on cannabis. A lot of chatter lately. Biden coming out saying that he's pro cannabis, but he's going to leave it up to the states and determine its the laws. I don't know what that means, federal. I just caught a glimpse of that. It was out of an interview. Alternative Harvest ETF.
Order submitted. Order filled.
Oh.
1 minute sell divergence short signal.
Now we got a short signal.
Order submitted.
And a long signal.
Order
I love
submitted.
when this happens.
Order submitted.
You got to see what's going on here. We got a long and a short here. And that always works out good for both of them. It's amazing. Watch this, how this works. We had a divergence here. It already took profits, and the stop is already up one or two ticks above break even. Now we have a short with a stop up there, but profits down here. So, and then this will be interesting to see how this works out. Watch it on the bot page. I'll keep you updated. Yeah, I mean, slow and steady. It's kind of boring. I don't want to, you know what I want to do in this market? I want to try to, strike while the iron's hot, really. I don't really want to get into anything. I'm trying not to. The only thing I'm really getting into, and I see why you're liking this, I mean, anything with momentum when it comes to cannabis will catch fire. Excuse the pun, but it will catch. It could easily catch fire. This is a perfect combination with this and Robinhood and all these traders, and they start to get on these. And the next thing we have that little euphoria in cannabis again, and we've been through that. I've been through penny stock cannabis companies and exploding and everything, and brews. It was just like there was a mania for less than a year, I think, maybe a few months, and it died down. All those stocks came back down, but this could be the beginning of a new mania. I love the tight stop pick, Cureleaf. Love it. Just got out of it today. Liked it here, off of the X marks the spot. Rising channel, underlying channel line, and this downward channel made this X marks the spot. I liked it here. Held it a while. Scaled out and sold my last 1,000 shares here, or a little bit, today. Not the highs. And I was thinking, hey, there's no reason why it can't get up to that top of that trend line and then look for that pullback. Which brings us up around 910. How about 910? That's a good level. That's a good level right there. And again, I believe it. I know. I've read up on this company. I read all the facts about how they're acquiring distributors and dispensaries all over these states. And trying to branch out and vertically get into these states right away. It's not like they're building or anything. They're just getting in. They're buying these dispensaries in these areas, these chains. And now there's it's eventually it's going to be legal. I mean, why not? Why not? Why not? There's no reason why it shouldn't be legal, or at least medicinal legal. You know, for long-term trade, yeah, Mary Jane, that's the ETF, the basket of stocks that holds all these stocks. I looked at it once. It was, you know, they held all kinds of cannabis stocks. When you look at this AYTU, and it's what we call the flatliner popper, you know, things that give you these pops, you know, something easily manipulated. Something back here came out with some good news. I think I remembered and I researched all this. I don't have the facts in front of me right now, but basically they came with a product and it's been just in a long holding pattern here for a while. And we're probably due for a move out of this. Now, AYTU, again, if you refer back to the previous HPS watch list, you'll see I discussed in detail all these stocks. I will revisit this one though, so AYTU Biosciences, so I could update myself too. AYTU Biosciences, AYTU Biosciences. I have so many of these in my head, it's crazy. AYTU Bio. Alright, what did they do again? Oh, they had the, alright, so they had the rapid test, and they had this ultraviolet light therapy, which said they killed corona. Oh, it was using it for something else, actually. Let me show you where that is. So, of course, they have this up here first, the rapid test. They have rapid test information and product information and stuff and getting that. But I think if you look over here, product information. Oh, that's the rapid test. Hold on, let me go back. Highlight platform. Yeah, headlight. This is it. And talking about ultraviolet light and how to use it to treat COVID-19 patients. So they go through a whole thing. Press kit, you can get things like that. So this is interesting, you know. I mean, I haven't really picked up on it, but I've been hearing some things about ultraviolet light. If someone could just get on there for a second and kind of get that keyword, that key phrase again going, keep an eye on that AYTU, because that is set up to go if there was any type of mention of ultraviolet light. If you see what I'm looking at here. Aikido, AIKI. Again, you can see it's pretty flatlined. They do some kind of drug too. They had some good news, but eventually came back, and you know I think we caused a lot of the popping here because we got in it at this time. That's when I went out on the watch list. So I think it was here it went out. So it's been consolidating. I mean, sometimes you have to deal with that, but for a dollar share, I mean, they get the right press on this. Again, looking for a pop. And these pops, you know, you might not say, oh, everyone that gets into the market, sometimes beginners, and they say they see the potential. Oh, this thing could go to $7. Oh, this guy has a price target on it for $33. You know what that means? To you, I mean, what you're thinking is like, oh, I don't have to take 33. I'll take 10. You know, where it should be more realistic. If something's trading at 70 cents, you don't make it, you know,
Order
$10.
filled.
That's just stupid. I mean, because of price, if a stock had that potential, it would price that in pretty fast. Market's no slouch. So here we got one. Again, nothing to talk about. Now let's take a look at EXEL again. Liking it more and more. I have a feeling that something has to be the catalyst to break us through. Is it big enough news? Is there any news? We got up against that 25.50 again early in the morning, I think. I wasn't even here for that. If we even got up there. No, that was a pre-market little fat finger trade over there. Probably nothing going on. Anyway, that doesn't count. But that's funny how you see that reaction up to that level. You know, it's almost like they're testing out the waters. It's someone's running up there to test out the defense. Go up there, Charlie. No, I'm not going up there. You go up there. He goes up there, he gets zapped. Zzz, he's gone. Charlie's gone. All right, John, you're going off. Pull it back in. So, little cup and handle. I like everything about it. I like that it has some trials coming up. I have to look into that one more time. I don't know when the last time I did a search for EXEL. All right. All right, so phase 3, premium memberships only. I can figure it out. But you can tell right here, they have a lot of things going on. A lot of phase 3. I think they're all going to come out together. If they put all these together, the same drug. So that's a big catalyst right there. And you know how we're going to figure out what it's going to be? Let's go to their press release. It's a drug pipeline right there. And it's already been approved for something. This is their number 1 drug. So it's been approved for renal cell cancer. Approved for positive advanced melanoma cancer. So, this is going to be it's going to be a good catalyst. Let's find out exactly when this is going to be. I think I want to pay more attention to this one. Where's the news, buddy? Oh, here it is. Where's the news? Where's the news on this? It must be on the bottom. All right. Announced initiation of contact 3 phase 3 trial, combination previously treated. All right. That was July 20th. They announced that. Initiation of that. Contact 01 in patients with metastatic non-small cell lung cancer who have been previously treated with a immune checkpoint inhibitor and platinum-containing chemotherapy, and contact 02 in patients with metastatic who have been previously there's a lot of crap going on there. When is this supposed to be done? I didn't read that. There's 1,000 things for the reactions for the drugs. Oh my God, I hate reading all that crap and all the everything else here on this site. I'm just looking at if there's any more. Initiation follows positive results from the Accord 6 phase 1B Cosmic 21 trial.
Order filled.
They're also going to be presenting here. They did announce they were going to be presenting in the upcoming one of the upcoming conferences. I'm not exactly sure when that's going to be. Maybe it's not that. I just remember seeing a release on that. It must have been.
Order filled. Order canceled.
All right, there it is. Sure, we took profits on everything. I forgot to record this again. Sorry. Just revisiting the weekly watch list that it comes along with the Biopharm Catalyst website, and they have a nice little update they do each week on what to expect in the FDA world of the news and stuff. New vaccines, all the stuff, COVID vaccine. There's a lot always. Again, they're really Really well done, this page. BTAI shares closed the week up 15% following the announcement of two phase 3 trials. Met primary and secondary endpoints demonstrating robust treatment effects in patients with schizophrenia, bipolar. BTAI. Let's see what that did to the stock. I remember seeing it go. So it gapped up. It actually, was that earlier in the week, or did that just happen and it sold off on that? I thought they had some news. It was selling off. Anyway, I had phase 3 gapped up and maybe just started rolling back over. But what I'm looking at is Bluebird Bio. I want to see what they have. They're supposed to be filing something, so I want to see if it's on their calendar. Biotech earnings for the upcoming week. Amgen, I think we had today. Pfizer. Wednesday, we have GlaxoSmithKline and GSK. Santa Fe, is that SNY? And ALKS. And AstraZeneca, Alexion. EXAS, Gilead, Eli Lilly. Merck is on Friday. On Friday, Merck is. So we're going to still holding on to my Merck, AbbVie, some other stuff. And then this is what I wanted to see here. Phase a half events to watch this quarter. So it tells you all the catalysts that are approaching. And then I like going to the calendar here. I think I see it on the calendar. It's better sometimes. All right, VTVT, phase 3. Did not meet endpoints. See if I can open this up a little bit more. Oh, interesting. ACIU. Here's Bluebird. Refusal to file letter received May 31st. BLA to be refiled no later than July 2020. So that's expecting that to be filed. And it's the end of July, so maybe tomorrow. I don't know. That's what I'm waiting to see. BMY, some other ones here. Another refusal to file BMY. CYDY, COVID updates expected. July 30th on a conference call. I guess they have some earnings maybe, or at least doing a conference call. July 30th, they're going to be talking CYDY, INCY, Eli Lilly. And then it goes out. You can see the candles. It's going way out to August here. August 2nd. But, you know, I'll let you do that research on your own. I do it every couple weeks, and I put together, there's the BMRN date review by August 21st. All right. Let's move on. I want to get here early enough to catch some runners tomorrow. I think tomorrow is a good day. I think Wednesday's the day I would, after always talking about what would be the best trading day. Not what gives you the most opportunity. Which one do you like the best? As a personal opinion, I think it probably is going to be Tuesday or Wednesday, but I'm leaning towards leaning towards Wednesday, Tuesday or Wednesday. We have how many days left until the election? 100 days. Someone said if we just use trading days, it's less. So it's going to be, you know, the market's holding up here pretty good. Discussed earlier, maybe it's reading out there. You know, it's looking out, and it's projecting what it sees for the market. It's not reacting in any negative way to the polls. These are all things you need to understand. You can't, you know, not believe what the market is trying to tell you and go the other way. That's when you get run over. That's when you fight the market too much, and then you end up finally giving in. And when you finally give in, then it'll come back. An underlying trend line here on the ES. I'm going to just use it right there, and then I'm going to probably drag this up here somehow. See what it lines up with. Just going to throw it up there right now. I'm going to put some trees over there and just zoom out. So it's right above us. You know, kind of a measured move out of a channel, which could be this channel right here. An extension, and then closing bars. We might be even tighten that up a bit. If we tighten that up that way a little, then this would extend a little. So I think that 32.24 level. But first of all, we have to get through that divergence. That divergence is key. It's a good divergence. It's the I should have I could have taken this trade. Let me set things up here. What do I have? Oh yeah, all right. We're above the 200, we're above the 50, above the VWAP, above that trend line, above the previous close, up 575. Alright, this is the bullish engulfing pattern on Macy's. I just did the scan for that. And that body, that white body, engulfs the red body. That's why that's an engulfing pattern. It would be slightly a stronger pattern or a candle if we had the low here. This candle low would be a little bit lower than this low, which it is not. So it's an engulfing pattern, but it's not an outside day, which I consider stronger because it flushes out the recent stops in that. People sometimes put their stops there if they see they're starting to hold. Market will quickly come down, take those reverse, and move higher. So we're holding that level. But a slow stock, definitely. But it is an engulfing pattern. Not the volume's not there. It's oversold. Macy's, I'm not having anything to do with the any type of recovery. I have no, you know, I don't know how people would get back. It's too easy now to do, you know, buy stuff and have it delivered to you in less than a couple days. It's just too easy. I mean, work on virtual malls. You know, they should work on a video game, which is, you know, I just came up with a great idea. This is my idea. I'm recording it, and it's mine. I'm going to have the timestamp, so if you steal it, I'll bring you to court. A virtual game, like a Take-Two interactive game, like Fortnite, but it's like LA, or, you know, and you have this you put it on you're in the video game, and you're walking around, and you're going into a Macy's, and you walk around, and you see other people, and it actually, you could see all your clothes, and you click on it, and it'll show you, it'll open up, boom, this is what that is, and the price, and you could just click on buy, it goes into your cart, you could walk, you could have a character, you could stop at or, you know, it'll be interesting, it'll be a game, it'll be live Sims. So I'm not a big fan of any place you have to go into and buy stuff and wait online, and, you know, who knows where this thing is going. So I'm not even looking at Macy. And I told you, I'm not looking at the airlines, and both of these are showing up as engulfing patterns. I'm not even looking here. You know, just not. Would I fly a plane? Yeah, absolutely. With a mask on, you know, I would. It's not holding me back. It's holding my wife back. She won't fly. I'm not going to say, honey, I'm going to Jamaica for a couple of days. So yeah, Macy's not a fan. LUV not a fan. Those two are engulfing. See, we have a couple bearish engulfing patterns just to see the opposite. And I made this scan to pull the bearish at the highs. So I always look for a bearish engulfing pattern as the stochastics are kind of curling back down. Just giving us maybe the beginning of some momentum here. And then here's another one. MSCI, I like this. So I like the look at this on the pullback. The pullback right to the 20. It did get hit here today. Early in the morning. I went from 393. That was a big splash on this one. Wow. Didn't bounce at all. I did trade this and I loved it. I loved the roll up here, and this is a good pullback, and I'd wait for a decent setup on this. But that's a bearish type of pattern. Rest on my list here. Again, I have to say this INPX one more time. I'm just going to put this as my low price pick. I like this one the best. Came out of a base, popped, pulled back a little, continued to start to turn back up. They have ads out there. They're all about social distancing and tracking. Let me show you. I think this is it. Hopefully. Indoor location platform, turning location down into actionable indoor intelligent. And now, a lot of people are not going inside the doors. There's a way of looking at this as a negative way. It's great for companies that have a lot of people wandering around the halls and stuff. But now with the corona, everyone's working at home. This is not. But this will enable people to come, and you can track them and see where the hot spots are. Too many people gathered at one spot, and there used to be some videos here, but they don't have the videos up anymore. Maybe it was under cases. Physical distancing. Look at that right there. This is all new. They just redid this. They just redid this site. Intelligent wayfinding. That's great. Intelligent wayfinding. How to go somewhere and not run into anybody. I mean, they could do all this. Temperature readings, analytics and reports, traffic flow. I mean, this is just built for this environment. It's built for it. And I'm telling you, I think we're early in it. I think we're really early in this. I wish I could show you that video again. Cost of consultation. But all right, I'm not even going to go into the video, but it is good. So I got
When
this.
people come into your building, their phones and other devices are broadcasting many signals, often Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and cellular radio waves. If you manage the building, you can pick up these signals without compromising anyone's security or identity and use the information to take your organization to a whole new level. It's the indoor positioning revolution, and INPX is leading the way. Here's how it's done. INPX's Indoor Positioning Analytics, or IPA for short, uses sensors to collect data on every wireless device in your building. Then the INPX artificial intelligence-powered analytics engine finds and delivers not just information, but actionable intelligence and new insights. With IPA Intelligence, you can count the number of people, pinpoint where people are, for how long, and where they go next, and study traffic flows, hotspots, and preferred routes. Security directors can identify unauthorized devices, and they can even automatically disable the phone's recording and transmission features in high-security no-phone zones, all the while ensuring anonymous device data collection. These applications deliver game-changing benefits. Enhance your security to both mitigate risks and increase safety, glean new customer insights, and achieve the operational excellence that enables you to increase sales and lower expenses.
All right, you get the
While
picture, right?
GPS may be great for the outdoors, inside your building, you need INPX indoor positioning analytics. It's IPA to the power of AI. Contact INPX today at INPX.
Yeah. All right. That's what I like. I like it a lot. So I think we're in early here. And again, going back to when we were in just as early. Mark, we were in here, down here, and I just, got tired of being ahead of everyone. We were in like 40 cents, and finally it moved, and I, made a great trade, got out, maybe doubled the money, and it went up another, 6 times. It continued to run big time, and it moved all the way up to like $3.53, and now it's pushed back. This trade is long gone. But like this, at one point, when they start getting a sniff of this, the key is to be in early, and if it doesn't work, well, you have to understand the risk going into something like this. But this one does look good. It looks good. So I'm gonna say that we're early on this. They recently announced news that they were powering the Microsoft work, return to work program. So that was pretty big news, and it actually got a little pop on that. So, yeah, that's just wanted to work out for everyone. $1.51 here. It's right on the screen. I'll come back to that after. Market here pulling back. Actually popping here. This was a nice divergence. It was a let me see if this is on. We didn't catch the last 2 divergences on that bot. Let me see why. Oh, it is on. Everything is good. All right, it is good. The 1 minute bot is up. No shorts, no trades on the short side. And again, that probably restarted here. That's 6 o'clock. So that is on the bot channel. I'm just actually looking at the bot channel right now because we had this double bottom, little divergence right here. Stochastics might have been a little too steep on this. I do have a criteria that requires the stochastics to start turning up before the trade happens. But this was a nice one. I could call this as I see it happen. Nice divergence. Anytime you have a divergence on a VWAP, you take it. Consider that a HPS all the way. A divergence on the VWAP. It doesn't happen. It's like a unicorn. You see it every so often. You got to capture that. You got to trade that. That was a steep divergence, and again, the steepness of that really compensates for the lack of, this very small bounce here. But that quick turn back up as we were making lows, and that slight little reversal candle, which is there, right here, you can barely see it. But that was good. That was a nice candle reversal. That was a divergence setup, and from that point on, you got a nice little pop. there was a nice divergence here, and again, you can see a nice little drop drop there. Again, overnight, if you can trade this, but you have to understand that probably the best, you're looking at it, micro trading these that are, a couple points in each little wave until you get some, news. It's kind of grinding up. While I have you, I'm going to be doing and I just was thinking about that play, that divergence on the VWAP, and how I'm going to add that to the playbook. And it's all about the business plan. You might say, well, and it kind of inspires me when I have something that works so well that I could just write it down. It's almost like writing it in stone and waiting for that setup to that coming, and then you know what your play is. You're not randomly going through the market with no, just waiting for something to come across. You have a plan, you have a battle plan, you know what you're going for, and when you see it, or when you're alerted to it, you take the trade. Simple as that. And then your probabilities and your chances of success go way up because you're playing the right game. And once you start to gamble on that, then you're going to bring those odds down. How do I get this how do I open this up? There it is. While I have you, we're going to be doing a trading webinar for the Money Show. August 3rd to 6th. I don't know when is mine. August. Am I doing it from August 3rd to 6th? Not me. All alone? It's a long time. Let me get I'll tell you the date right now. Hold on a second. Thinking for tomorrow, again, my call on the LVGO. It looks pretty good tonight. It did sell off a little at the end of the day just because the market sold off. LVGO is connected to Dexcom. Dexcom had some good earnings, blew it away. They pulled back. They're up after hours, but they're not up like they could be. They were up, like 10 points before. It's pulled back, and maybe only up a couple points right now. But I think we're going to get that reaction on LVGO tomorrow. And if LVGO could start to break out, we might have a big move in it, a big candle, which we haven't really experienced. I wonder if there's, there was a big candle here. It was a downward candle. We broke out and then reversed. Yeah. I mean, that 117 area, 117 to 118, that 118 really is the breakout. But once you get up there, it almost feels like that's what's going to happen. Tomorrow will be a good day for this, to see actually if we're going to, how Dexcom reacts. Hopefully Dexcom doesn't just sell off and it just spooks everything else. I think we get that breakout tomorrow on this. And again, EXEL, once we get through that 2550 area, I'm loving it for a fast move to 27. And then from that point on, we'll see. But that's a good breakout zone, even though it's not the highs. It's been a major area for a while, all the way going back to last year, in the year before, 2018. No, big area. That's what I'm watching. And I like that INPX, and I like the other one, the AYTU, which is, well, no, not that one. Is that the AYTU? No, that's not the spray. The nose spray one, which I have also. VTGN. VTGN. I got so many. VTGN. Let's go over it fast. It is inat. Gave you a good price. You got in it. It started moving, and they have a spray that works for depression. And I said, you know what? That's a good COVID play because they lock this place down one more time. People are going to just start freaking out. They're going to need to, do some type of, treatment especially for people who suffer, severe depression for this. So this is kind of right in that, could be in a sweet spot in a weird way. And you can see it actually had some good upside potential back here last year, August to November. It went from, wow, that's a big move. It was up 200%. Went from, that's because it went from about 40 cents, 55 cents. Now it's 85 cents. But it went from about 55 cents all the way up to $1.40. I think we can get, again, VTGN, a little bit different by the INPX, which I think is going to be the next MARK, BLT. See you. Bye. It's all code. Intrepid Potash, still a flatliner. I'd like to see this thing explode. Let's get into the COVID business there, Intrepid Potash. Turn your factories into a medicine company or something. Can't they use potash for something? I'm going to leave off with Walmart. Easy trade for a long-term position. It's gonna go up into the winter. I mean, it's a nice slow grind. It's holding that last pop. It's holding it good. That's on the weekly chart. Let's take a look at the daily. Here's the daily. Started moving back up. It's embedded to the upside, holding off the 20-period moving average, which is strong. That's stronger, instead of coming back, it's already starting to turn back up. And I recorded some of this just to kind of keep it, send it out, maybe to help someone tomorrow. So I want to close out the recording, but point out as we go into about 9 o'clock p.m., markets are up 5 1/4, pretty sideways though. We just banged off the highs, kind of double top. Divergence have been playing out nice. There was a nice sell side divergence here for a couple points. And then there was a double bottom divergence here for a nice run back up. And it looks like no, it's not a divergence. Cancel that. It's already down under the 20. But there was, the possibility of another bounce off of the VWAP here and maybe a push higher. So tomorrow morning when you wake up, could be another nice up day starting out. So I want to get this out to everyone, and I'll see you in the morning. I want to stick here and hang with you guys for a bit. I want to try to get a couple trades in, see what we can make here. All right, let me send this out here. Day Trading Radio.